Kings Nation? Welcome to the Louisville Kings Corner. Today we cover Kings news. We got merch. We got special guest Zach Lee. We got official tailgating. We got the Fans Counsel, and we got Game Day Experience. Let's go.
Welcome to another episode of the Louisville Kings Corner, where we talk all things Louisville Kings. I'm Justice Montgomery. It's my co-host right here, Herbert Helton.
What's up?
Our tech guy today isn't here today. He is fighting for your service, fighting for your freedom.
No. He's
fighting for your freedom.
He's at drill.
He's at drill. Thank you, Tyler Loxton, for your sacrifice and picking up the phone call and doing your duties, just like me and him both did.
He's the one percenter.
He's a 1%er. Next, he's going to be running a marathon, which is another 1%er.
Okay, no, he's not.
We got some big news coming out of the Louisville Kings. Mark Ripoli had an interview with Louisville Business First. It's a local, kind of Curry Journal type deal where they just all things Louisville, really.
You want to say who it was written by? This is written by Stephen Schmidt.
Stephen P. Schmidt. Thank you for the information that we're about to give out.
This article came out November 10th, 2025.
Correct. Basically, Mark Ripoli said that there's some timelines going on right now. We're going to be getting, first of all, they're going to be doing the voting for the mascot in November.
Hopefully they take our entry.
Yeah, hopefully they take our entry. We got a good entry.
Yeah.
Pop it up right here. Vote for that whenever the voting is open. All right, in December, we're supposed to be getting our head coach, and we're supposed to be getting uniform reveal. Big news right there. We're very excited for that. I can't wait to get a jersey.
Oh, yeah.
Hopefully they got it.
So there was a question on Instagram we got about what do we think the jerseys are going to look like? What's your guess?
I think.
Do they wear white at home in the UFL?
Honestly, that's a good question. I'm thinking it's going to be a dark green jersey, bright green pants and numbers, and maybe white names on the back.
I'm telling you, we got to go Boise State helmet with a big old horse right here.
Yeah.
Dude.
That'd be sweet.
Be so fire. So fire.
And then in January, we have the roster coming out, and we also have the team schedule coming out. So, it doesn't seem like we don't have any dates or anything or any actual that's just
this is roundabout times.
Yeah, this is also the only thing that we've gotten since the team has been announced back October 8th.
At least they're giving us something to look forward to or be on the lookout for.
Yeah.
This information. So
there was one thing I wanted to touch on is Mark Ripoli. The names.
His name's Mike.
I'm sorry, Mike Ripoli. I'm sorry, Mike Ripoli. One thing he did touch on is the team names that they had come up with. He was one to call it the Louisville Colts, but I guess little did he know there's a little team up in Indianapolis that has the same team.
That was quoted right.
Hey.
That was quoted right.
Yeah, that was quoted by him. Yes, in this interview. Also, another team was the Louisville Sluggers, which, if you know anything about Louisville and the bats or the Louisville Museum or anything
Louisville Slugger Museum.
Louisville Slugger Museum. That would be a decent name. But somebody in his camp told him, hey, whenever people hear that name, all they're going to be thinking about is baseball. So I kind of agree with that.
Yeah. I mean, I agree. The more that I sit and think about it, I kind of like it, the Kings stuff. I mean, there's so much you can do with it.
Right.
So much stuff.
One thing he did say, kind of scrolling through here, is whenever they're talking about the team colors, they honestly said that the purple and white actually never crossed their minds. And the purple and white comes from Lou City and Racing Louisville. They just said it never crossed their minds. They're
trying to be unique, I would think. Trying to start their own thing. They don't want to get, what would he say, washed out, I guess.
Yeah.
Kind of the same colors, or if that makes sense, I guess.
Yeah. Next up, we have our merch coming out.
Merch drop.
We got it on right now. I got the T-shirt on. He has the basic hoodie on. We got let's see here. What we got? We got
just went past it. You keep going all the way around it right there. There you
All
go.
right, so we got the
We miss our tech guy, dude.
Yeah, no
He's
tech
over here
guy.
stumbling
What
on
the
the
heck,
computer.
all right. You want to?
All right, yeah. So we got the basic tee, the Kings Classic. I like that name.
Kings Class.
That's just in green, right?
Yeah, just green.
So that just comes in green. Customized tag, which I think is fire.
Sick.
It's so fire. It's logo on the front right here, and then there's a logo on the back. Then we have the beanies, which is top tier quality, I think. I mean, we took pictures of this stuff when it was 25 degrees, and I was sweating.
I was sweating, dude.
Yeah.
It's hot.
It's long sleeve. It's the same logo design as this, front and back, but it comes in black and the green.
Correct.
And then we have our hoodies, which I'm telling you, beautiful quality, warm as could be. That's coming out also in green, right?
Yep.
And this is the black version. Same logo as the shirt, but this is a big logo on the chest. Same logo on the back.
Some say it compares to quality like Carhartt.
No. We're no name drops in this. He wants to get sued so bad for some reason. But anyways, so the Kings Classic T-shirt is $25. The beanies are $18. Long sleeves are $30, and the hoodies are $35. Keep in mind, this is probably the cheapest we can make this stuff, is because it's good quality stuff. It costs money to make this stuff. We're probably making $5 or less on every single item that gets sold, and we're putting the money straight back into this podcast. No money in the pocket kind of thing. This is for you guys, and we're just trying to make this podcast better, more enjoyable, better view, all that stuff. So that's exactly what this merch is for. So if you like this podcast or you like the merch, please buy it. You're just supporting this team and this fan experience.
Thank you for the support that y'all had gave us on the very first episode. We're up to 200 subscribers on YouTube, 300 followers on Instagram, and honestly, the social medias have been doing really well for, better than what we expected, I think.
Yeah, absolutely.
But, thank y'all for tuning in and even asking questions and leaving comments underneath our YouTube. We plan on getting into that next episode, but thank y'all for your support, man. Now, next up, we have our guest coming on, Zach Lee. He is kind of an insider for the Louisville
We like to
Kings.
call him an insider.
We like to call him that. He's a super fan, allegedly.
It's going to be a different setup, so it's going to cut and look weird, but yeah.
Yeah, he's going to come on and, give us his thoughts on the Louisville Kings.
All right, thanks. We got Zach coming on. Zach Lee is our guest this week. He is our insider for the Louisville Kings.
Yeah,
Kings, okay.
definitely.
All right. So you want to introduce yourself and what you do?
Yeah, absolutely. So, hey, everyone, super excited to be here. So, Zach Lee, I would call myself a Kings super fan. You guys call me an insider. I'm cool with that. I just love to be very inside all the different things that we're doing. A lot of fun, awesome things that are happening. It's amazing. We have a pro football team in Louisville.
Yeah, it's awesome, man.
Right?
We're excited, yeah.
Super exciting. So I've just been involved sort of at a micro level, trying to get things from a ground level, from a fan perspective, get things moving, get on things like this with you guys, and just continue to build up momentum and excitement around things. But I had a few shout-outs.
Go ahead.
If you guys are cool with that. First thing is shout-out to you guys pulling this together. I know you guys had some experience with podcasting in the past, but just really cool to see all this come together and, again, building some of that momentum towards all the team and things that are going to go on. So it's really cool to see. But
Appreciate that.
yeah, and then shout out to my wife, Kristen, for letting me do these kinds of things. Very busy person. I'm part-time at Kentucky Country Day. I teach there on top of my full-time job in tech and dealing with all the fun that we have there. And we have kids, so there
you go.
It's always an adventure every day. And just appreciate her a lot. Another one is Cameron Renton, who actually was in a summer intern with me at KCD. He actually just got offered a role with the Kings, which is awesome to see. Continuing to build some of that network we have kind of and understanding what they're up to. And he'll be in the ticket sales department for them. So he just is finishing up his last semester at U of L, and he's actually getting ready to hit the ground running right now. But he'll
Congratulations to him.
And he'll jump in there, which is really cool to see. So
Cool, man. That's exciting.
yeah.
It's cool. So we got some key points that we want to bring up, or that you also want to bring up, is we want to talk about fan engagement and like how we could make this fun for everybody. whenever the season comes off. First thing we have is come up with an official name for the fan group. So, yeah, if you want to talk about that.
Yeah, this is something I think I'm personally excited to see. I think there's a lot of different people that are interested in having some identity or brand that they can sort of stick to. And so, I don't know. You look at ChatGPT, and it comes up with 100 names, and you're like, I'm not really sure if any of those are super exciting. But I had some jotted down. I'm excited to see what you guys have maybe too. But the Royal Court, Crownside Crew, which I thought was kind of fun, but maybe to soccer possibly. I don't know. Right. You have to figure out how we can slightly differentiate enough from soccer, but still be close enough to them that we're bringing in new fans.
Right. Yeah.
So, yeah, interested to see what you guys think of that and any kind of names you all had as well.
So you said the court. We had the King's Court.
There you go.
And then we also had the Kingdom, which I think would be pretty cool too. I mean, it's not the most clever thing, but it's also like not singling out specific thing, I guess. It's like, I don't know.
Yeah,
Kingdom.
I tend to be a little too investigating into every little thing, so I'll see things like, what do other teams have? What do other cities have in other sports even, right? And trying to be super unique. But I think at the same time that the goal is just to get people excited and bring them out.
Yeah, right? Make everybody feel like they're included in this whole fan thing, and everybody's welcome.
We'll talk about more of that here in a second. But, there's a guy named Bryce Brown on Facebook that he's had some ideas, and I know he's actually talked to, which we'll talk about Steve Macy here in a little bit.
Right.
And I've gotten to chat with him too. But, he's had some conversations with Steve as well, and possibly investigating what a fan council looks like. So getting multiple people involved, making things very centralized, like a name, like a section that everyone sits in, things like that. So,
say Lou City does something like that, right?
I think it's called like the Butchertown Boys. It's like the fan group that sits. It's the standing group right behind the goalpost that looks out towards the Ohio River. They're pretty lit, man. I've been to quite a few games, and they're throwing purple smoke up in the air. They all have T-shirts. They got bands that play in that same section, and it's loud. It's electric. I don't know. It's just if I go to a sporting event, that's what I want to see.
Yeah.
It's just everybody there gives a crap. They're all invested into the team, and they're there to support the team. They're not there just like you go to Louisville games, for example, and their student crowd does pretty good. But whenever you go up to like the party deck, is what they call it. So you go up there, man. Nobody's really paying attention to the game. They all are sitting there drinking, drinking beer, and just it's more of a social event.
Yeah, it's like a hangout spot.
Yeah, it's like
or
a hangout,
something.
I'm gonna throw one thing here. So I was a Louisville City FC season ticket member from the very first season.
Right.
So when they were still at Slugger, and it was very sort of ragtag, like all these people sort of coming together and banding together to really get excited about this, and they packed Slugger.
Yep.
Right, yeah.
I mean, it was an unbelievable scene, really cool to be part of. My name is actually on this little plaque that's now it's inside of Lynn Family Stadium. At the time, it was at Slugger. But it's fun to take my kids back, and I'm like, hey, there's me on the little the plaque there, which is cool. But I think what I'm bringing that up because that movement at the time, that was the Louisville Coopers was the name of that group.
Yeah.
I bring that up because that is what we have to look at in terms of how do we rally behind this team the same way that happened there. This is a fresh perspective. This is a league that's continuing to be up and coming, even though I know that you can investigate it more and maybe say, like, things have been so-so at times. But I think it's just really cool to see that we have that foundation there.
Right.
It's a good football town. It's a good football state, I would say. I think not a lot of people consider that.
Right, yeah.
But getting people excited like that is going to be really important for the success
So I
of the
think
team.
what we talked about last episode too is like people when stuff happens here, sporting events, people show up for it. So I think that's why we do really well and stuff like that. And I think also this is going to do really well too is because, I mean, everybody loves football in this town and everybody shows up for sporting events. And if we all go all in on it, I think it'd be something really cool, so.
And like what the Kings have already put out is we're blowing out Columbus and Orlando in ticket sales already. So it's like that's pretty exciting, and that already foreshadows how the season's going to go. Like,
yes,
everybody is.
Steve
excited.
will appreciate this. That he likes to put out tweets that's where we're at right now.
Right.
That we're ahead in the race.
Right. Yeah.
And I think that's really cool to see from someone that's involved at a business level that you don't always get that insight.
That's 100% true. Yeah.
You don't always get that level of fan engagement to know. And I think that builds our momentum, even if it's in our heads, right? Like we don't know the actual full business inside of it. But, yeah, really cool to see.
I say most guys at that level that he's at will be – only time you really hear from is like after game interview or maybe even like a press conference or something. But he's like pretty active in this community and this building of this team, I feel like. Yeah. Especially – I mean, you've talked to him, but – I feel like he's very involved for how high he is in the organization, I would say.
Yep.
Another point you have on here is to welcome the team every week at the airport.
Yeah, like let's get out to SDF. Let's this is some of their first times ever in the city.
Right.
Right? So how do we show them that we want them to be here? You know, Mike Rapoli's talked about at the league level them coming in a couple days early.
Right.
That wasn't really a thing in the past, from my understanding.
Yeah.
So the concept that they could show up a few days early, work on this grassroots movement to get people in town. You know, when I look at what Memphis did, for example, so now I think people look at the end of Memphis, but the start of Memphis was their first game. I think they had 35,000 people.
Oh, yeah.
At their first game. So I know that stadium is huge, and that really doesn't still fill that whole thing. But the excitement was there initially. So if we can have that additional grassroots component behind it,
right,
where we're getting to know some of these guys early, I think that could be really important. So I don't know. You think of the silly fan tunnels that you see of standing up on both sides and they walk through and you've got high fives on both ends. I just feel like that's really exciting and something that the guys would love to see. So
yeah, I think that'd be pretty cool. I mean, just, you know.
And the team knowing that that's going to happen, right? So the team is going to have people with cameras out there dressed. We're all going to be in our Kings garb with, as I'll talk about in a minute, hopefully with little crowns on, and it's fun. And I think that just, again, builds the hype up for sure.
Speaking of them coming to town early, do you want to jump down to the volunteering at local events and stuff? I mean, them coming in a couple days early. I know you've talked to Steve. Has he said like kind of like what that volunteer is going to be, or like what these guys plan on doing the days they come in early?
So I went back and looked at what happened in Memphis a little bit too on top of that. So it's not always necessarily with players that I saw things in Memphis, again, because it wasn't really done before where they were on site this early. I would say now you have ample opportunity to do all kinds of things.
Right.
You know, there's stuff with United Way. I think there's plenty of opportunities here to like build playgrounds or be part of different volunteer projects that you see those guys in the community, especially if we get guys that have that 100-mile radius ties.
Exactly, yeah.
I mean, from a social content perspective, it's going to drive traffic. So it's incredible to do that for a community. Like, let me be very clear on that. I think there's value in volunteering, absolutely. But I think from a fan engagement and excitement perspective, it just continues to grow that and build it.
My bad.
Is that like the volunteer stuff? Do you think that's like a Rapoli thing, or do you think that's a?
No, I actually think that, for example, and it's probably a team effort, but I would say I've seen some things that they did in Memphis. I saw one. I'll just be clear. I saw one specific video where they went and helped a local high school with some equipment. Mm-hmm. They were struggling. They needed some help. They helped. The team kind of helped raise funds, and the Showboats kind of made that possible and helping them. I think little things like that are just, again, they're going to build your grassroots movement, right? So I think that, I don't know where it comes from, but I would say somebody like Steve is definitely involved.
Because if Steve is involved, right? I am a part of the Kentucky Colonels. It's like a group. It's the highest bestowed award upon to a Kentucky resident, and we do like social work. We do volunteer work, and we help out our communities within, Louisville, E-Town, Radcliffe, Bardstown, whatever. Awesome. And like if they are looking for stuff that needs to get done, I feel like they can contact groups like that, groups like the Eagles, maybe Freemasons. They even do like volunteer work. And there's quite a bit of stuff to get done around the town if they're wanting to actually get down and get to business. And
the Colonels are a really good group. I'm actually a Colonel myself as well, which is really cool. So I love that concept.
Are you an active Colonel?
So I was in Nebraska for 8 years.
Yeah.
And so I didn't really have a chance to get as involved as maybe I'd like to be. Being back now and starting to understand what they do and be more involved there, I'd personally like to be more involved. I love that type of thing. But
I mean, if you want to, we could talk afterwards. But if you want to be an active Colonel, like we can get you into the right.
Yeah, absolutely.
All you have to do is pay your fees or whatnot, and then go to the But we can talk about that.
Yeah. But no, look, I think the concept is great, right? There's a bunch of these individual groups out there that getting these guys hands on in the community is going to be a big deal.
So also the 100-mile radius thing. I think guys from this city that are volunteering their time, it would just mean a little bit more to them than just like a random guy, say from example California or something, came to Louisville and just did charity work. I think the guys that are from this city or around the areas, it'll just mean more to them than.
And
just
look, we're still going to get some of those guys. We're
right,
still going to get those
100%,
random guys that are from different areas around the country, and we're still going to wrap our arms around them and welcome into the community, right? But I think, again, just to reemphasize those guys that have those local ties, and they've even talked about this too. I think it's key to note that we're not just talking about where they went to college. If they went to high school here too.
Right, 100%, yeah.
We want them possibly part of the team as well.
Right, yeah.
So some high school athletes that didn't play around the Louisville area. Do you know?
That did play?
That didn't play in like University of Louisville, Kentucky.
The only one
Deshaun Fenwick for sure that I can think of.
It's a long shot, but didn't Desmond Ritter, didn't he go to St. X?
He did, yeah.
So, I mean, that's a long shot, right? But, I mean, you think there's been some marquee quarterbacks that are on that fringe level, like a Desmond Ritter, who are.
I mean, yeah. He went to Cincinnati, which is what, 2-hour drive.
That has to be a part of the 100-mile radius.
Yeah, I've been wondering about the Columbus. Does Columbus have the reach to Cincy, or do we have the reach to Cincy?
I would say we're definitely closer.
Yeah.
I don't know. I would agree.
Reds fans, so that would be. I don't know. We were just always making that drive up to Louisville or up to Cincinnati.
Yeah.
No, we have so many things, right? Like we have Skyline here. We have Grippos. We think Grippos is our own thing.
Yeah.
Right. So, anyways,
top one.
I mean, I feel like there's a lot of talent that's came out of Louisville that just either played at the universities here or even went out. I mean, I know did Beanie go to West Virginia?
Yeah, he played there for a stint. He played at WKU as well, though.
Yeah, so I mean, guys like that even probably transferred out. I mean, Jordan Watkins, he's now playing on an active roster, but he did go to U of L and then he transferred to Ole Miss. Stuff like guys like that, I would think would be very cool to come back and play on the team.
Also, like they're talking about, people coming in early or the team coming in early. I think one thing that would be awesome, like at least week one, is whenever they do come in early for that first game, whether it's a season ticket holder thing or everybody, how Louisville does it, they'll have, tables just like this, and all the players are sitting there, and you just line up, and you walk down, and you can kind of meet them, talk to them, get autographs or whatnot.
Yeah,
that would be awesome.
That would be pretty cool,
And, I'm not saying – I guess that tied in with the season ticket holder thing, that would, definitely make it worth it for that.
Yeah, I don't see why they wouldn't do that kind of thing. Again, I think – and we sit here at this table and talk about those things, guys, but I'm sure they're talking about at a league level.
Oh, yeah.
How do they use these next, additional days that they're, building in now to. So I think meeting that halfway with, as I talked about the concept of a fan council where we bring in all these people from the community that are really excited, matching that up with their ideas will be really cool.
Yeah. So
organized road trips to St. Louis and Columbus.
Yeah, look, guys, we want rivalries. I think that St. Louis has had all this regular season success. I know it's been tougher in the postseason, but they're a unique – they pack the house every game.
Right.
It's probably one of the best fan experiences, not the best fan experience in the league. And I think it makes sense. maybe Columbus is the rival. I don't know.
It's got to be Birmingham. The only two horses.
True, that's a good point. That's a good point too.
Yeah, Columbus. I feel
regionally
like
though.
Yeah. The Columbus. It's right up the road, really, and also with being the 2 of the 3 new franchises. I mean, it does make sense.
Yeah, so I mean, look, I'd love to. I think Columbus is a great market too. I really hope they embrace that team.
Yeah, I mean, they love football up there too. So
one thing I didn't realize is that the Columbus Crew, are not playing at that stadium anymore.
Oh, really?
They have their own new stadium. So I've been to that stadium. I have some family up in Columbus, big Ohio State fans up there. But again, if they play their cards right, we're gonna get a lot of talent, guys. But Columbus and Birmingham, should be stacked.
Yeah, straight out of Ohio State, Alabama.
I mean, guys, that's top 5 every year in college, right?
Absolutely,
and then they're backing that up with NFL talent. I think that's going to be really cool to see. So,
did you have a favorite team prior to the Kings coming to Louisville?
The Battlehawks. I mean, just because I think that what they're doing is, I'm going to put this a little politically correct, but it's kind of a slap in the face to the NFL that, hey, you took our team away.
Yeah.
And that we're still going to do this without you. We're going to show up every game. We're going to win. We're going to be a really talented team on top of that. And we're going to have all this excitement. If you look at their social media now, they now have meme-worthy content because they're so connected to the community at this point. So yeah, I guess they were my favorite team. I've never been to a UFL game. I should mention that. Watched it plenty on TV. I know we'll talk about some of the camera angles and interest there and how that's really exciting from a broadcast perspective. But yeah, it's a good brand for sure. The Battlehawks.
The organizing fan tailgates every week, and what could that look like? I feel like, just being selfish here, but being a season ticket holder, I feel like we should at least get first dibs on those.
You mean parking wise?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's, I feel like that should be where the tailgate is too, right?
I mean, absolutely. Talked about that top of that hill right there,
exactly.
Which is, it's the best place to have for sure.
It's definitely a good spot.
I think seeing this setup up there too on top of that, hopefully with, we get random RVs out to different UK, UVL type of games. I think, was it you guys that talked about Eric Wood?
Yeah.
Jumping on a table, like showing his Bills fandom.
Mafia,
Yeah, Bills Mafia. And I think maybe to piggyback on that, how can we adopt some of those traditions?
Right, yeah.
Because some of that starts in the parking lot, guys, and then you bring that into the stadium.
Right.
And that momentum never really stops, right? So while a lot of it is based on the success on the field, we can do everything we possibly can from our perspective to make that really cool. So, I'd love to see, this is a personal thing, but I'd love to see, we're green. We have this sort of Army green thing built into our scheme. I'd love to see Ale 8 involved somehow.
Yeah,
it's a Kentucky drink. I don't know what that looks like, but it's a very tailgate worthy type of thing. I'm a big fan, so not sure if they'll ever see this, but it'd be really cool to have that part of it too. But yeah, the tailgating is going to be huge, and I know you guys will be a big part of making that possible.
Yeah,
too.
absolutely. We'll be there. We'll be trying to do this at every tailgate. Have fans on that maybe never heard of us, or fans that have heard of us and just want to come talk to us. We'll be present in that situation for sure, 100%. But, yeah, we'll see how it goes.
So do you think they're going to allow us to, obviously this is just, your own thought, but since that whole tailgating up on the hill thing is, an official thing from the Lynn family, you think they're actually going to let us set this stuff up? Because, when we were doing it at the Louisville, Kentucky games and the tailgates there, we weren't, I guess technically on official property or anything. We were in a side parking lot.
Side lot, yeah.
We're going to set up regardless until somebody says anything anyway. But
I would see absolutely zero reason. I
couldn't either. But
no, I also just don't think there's enough. how do I put this? I don't think there's enough people that care that there's something going on there unless it's like becoming a problem.
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
And I don't see that being a thing here. So I also can see that in a couple months that this is the show that people want to talk about and be part of. And, hopefully the incoming guests that we can funnel into this are endorsing the concept that this is there every single game.
Right.
And
Yeah.
people want to see it.
So, yeah, we're just trying to, boost the team and put the information out to these guys that maybe are guys and women, but that maybe just don't know what to look up to find the information that they're even looking for possibly, and they can come talk to us like, hey, do you know something about this? Well, absolutely. You want to sit down and talk about it or something like that. I don't think we would be causing any issues or anything.
No, it's only excitement.
Right,
yeah. For sure.
Let's see. Oh, create flyers and handouts to local business and put them on bulletin boards.
Yeah, I wrote that down, but I think as I've talked to Steve, I think they want sort of a team on the ground to help with that stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know what that looks like, if that's like a part-time basis. I think he phrased it as a street team.
Right.
Essentially, right?
Is that him saying like, hey, I want fans out there like in the community like, hey, come to the Louisville Kings game, blah, 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 blah? Or is that just like going into a place, sticking a piece of paper on the board and just
No, I think let's use an example, which is St. Matthew's in Louisville always has this festival every fall, early fall kind of thing, where they have all these community partners that set up a booth and I always see Louisville City there.
Right.
I think finding those types of events and saying, hey, we're going to have someone there.
Right.
That's what I envision that team doing is, like, we have it here today. So we have the cups, the towels, the simple handout with the simple QR code to get more information. I think that's probably what it looks like. And then, hey, we talked about the mascot a lot, but once that mascot is ready, that's gonna draw people in.
Right, yeah.
It's going to be very. Look, it's a horse. It's probably a horse.
Yeah, I would think.
Like, no matter what it looks like, it's probably a horse, and kids are gonna love it.
Right, yeah, that would draw the younger crowd for sure, I would think.
So I just think you're gonna find that it's gonna be tougher now for the. I'm gonna use one crowd. I talked about me being involved at Kentucky Country Day. Well, there's football. There's high school football going on right now.
Right.
And we're late in the season.
Yeah.
You probably can't get out to a lot of that type of thing now.
Right.
Because it's a little too late. But, look, guys, we have 2 years. So, my opinion is early regular season next year with high school football, hopefully you can have some halftime things, or you can have a booth set up at games. Trinity St. X.
Yeah, like if you have like a state champion from Louisville, like say Trinity goes and wins 6A, dude, bring them on at halftime during the first game and just be like, oh, give it up for your Trinity Shamrocks. They just won the state champ. Like, I think that would be cool.
Say state championships in a couple of weeks. Maybe even like having a booth down at Kroger Field. There'll be a lot of people down there that are into football.
Yeah, that is a good idea.
I love that idea. I can tell you from experience that KHSA is very hands-on and a little bit harder on stuff like that. But I love it. I think it's great. And I think our struggle is going to be outside of Louisville.
Yeah, trying to get fans to come in.
How do we get people there and involved? So you guys brought up the idea of state champions. I like the idea that you bring all the state champions in. Might be a little tougher for Paducah Tillman to come on the field. But I think
at least send the invite to them saying like, hey, you're welcome to come if you can make it.
We'll give you guys tickets.
Right, yeah.
We'll set up, we can give you 15 tickets.
Right.
20 tickets if you can make it work. Because you're not going to be able to get everyone from Paducah Tillman, right?
Yeah.
But if you tell Trinity to come out, the rest of their crew may buy tickets.
Right, yeah.
I would do discount. I would definitely do discounted tickets only because I know, like, University of Louisville, whenever they say, when we were in youth league and they would bring us out to go see a Louisville football game, those weren't just free. It was like, hey, tell your parents $10 a ticket, and then you come. And,
sure.
Yeah, and that way there's just
we're already in that range anyways with these end zone $60 season.
Yeah, you get a bunch of high school kids on the end zone, man. It's gonna be
Probably.
We might have the trend where everyone's taking their shirt off and
Yeah,
the,
yeah, that's what.
Yeah, we're into that kind of thing.
So,
Have you thought of other ways, like outside of like the actual football, that the Kings could make a little extra money on the side? Like I'm thinking, like, okay, you have the Cardinal Ale for Louisville. You have like the Bat beers for the Louisville Bats. Lou City has their own craft beers. Like I feel like Fall City Beers could easily make a Louisville Kings type beer, and then it don't like obviously it doesn't have to be beer. It could be, you know, like you said, LAA trying to give them a sponsorship or. Trying to think of maybe some other things that like they could sell at the games, and it's like people are going to buy it just because it has that logo on it.
Yep. No, so absolutely. So my understanding is that they're hiring a partnerships role.
Okay.
If that person is in the similar or same building as Lynn Family and is talking to the people at Louisville City, I think it's only natural to say they're going to talk to the same partners that Louisville City and Racing has.
Right.
So the odds are, we could get, like a Fall City type of can, and that, hopefully there's some fun branding and slogans, which I think, although we're trying to come up with our own, the team put a post out recently about, is the team rebellious, revolutionary, or royal?
Royalty, yeah.
So I think they're coming up with their own slogans and branding that will help create those types of partnerships and sponsorships. So, again, outside of football, there's plenty of opportunity, and the community's pretty good at bringing that stuff all together.
So is that like at a team level? Like, say, Louisville wanted to partner with, say, Fall City, since we've been saying that.
Yeah.
Do they have to go through the UFL and say, hey, is this cool with y'all if we do this? Or is it just strictly
That's a really
like,
good question.
is Louisville Kings like, okay, yeah, we're definitely doing this?
Yeah, since
Whatever.
everything is like kind of owned by the UFL anyways, like there's no team, like there's not a single owner of each team.
Yeah, the league model's very centralized.
Right.
So, I mean, I dealt some stuff to you guys earlier about social media and how that can be a challenge from a local market perspective, because you want people on the ground taking a picture of on their story and just saying, hey, we're at the Louisville City game, come get free towels and shirts and cups.
Right.
We want that. So, I think we'll see. Yeah.
Giveaways. I mean, I guess that comes down to the cups and the towels and that kind of thing.
Yeah, look, there's probably going to be more stuff, though, that comes out with all that from the team. I'm wondering if part of this larger fan council is we can get a little bit of cash from the team plus us-ish together to say, let's buy a bunch of crowns.
Yeah.
And can you imagine handing that out to all these kids, to fully grown men, to everyone in their families?
Yeah.
And that's good TV.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
So imagine all the regular traditions that we have in the UFL, like, the snake going through the crowd, the just different team traditions and things that we've seen, and plus hopefully coming up with some of our own. But everyone wearing that crown, or even like a quarter of the crowd had crowns on.
Yeah,
I just think it'd be really fun. So, and I feel like that's almost a Dollar Tree worthy kind of thing, where if we can buy them in bulk.
Yeah, it could also be like a bobblehead night or something for the bats. Like first 500 fans to the door get a free crown a night or something like that.
Oh yeah, that's a good
It could be
idea.
something like that.
Yeah, but I mean, look, we're gonna have left stickers, I'm sure.
Right.
Magnet schedules. I don't know if anyone loves magnet schedules, but
Yes.
it's another magnet.
That's exactly what I've been thinking about since our last podcast. We talked about like things that season ticket holders should get, and I was thinking like just like the first game or whatever. Maybe you go down there and see the team. You get those cheap drawstring bags, and then on the inside it has like the T-shirt. It has the magnet schedule. It has the sticker, and then a koozie. Like honestly,
Like a
bro,
roster
that would
picture or something.
Yeah, like
something
maybe.
Well,
even that
we
too.
know for sure. We don't know what it is, and I can confirm this from like a team level. They don't know what the gift is going to be.
Right, and that's why
There
we
is
kind of put
something.
out our own.
I think you guys talked a little bit about. I just love a shirt. I think it's going to be better than that.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be something pretty solid I'm going to give you a really big throwback. I don't think we'll get something to this level, but if you remember, we had the Louisville Panthers, which was an ice hockey team way back in the day. Their first year, for people that bought season tickets, they did a hockey puck, and it had this gold embedding on the top and talked about how it was the inaugural season. And there was hundreds of them made.
Right.
But it's really cool, and it's something you can hang up, and it's beautiful to look at, you know, and exactly. Like, we're down here right now, all these jerseys and stuff. That'd be a really cool thing to show off. So I don't know. I don't know what it looks like, but I think something very marquee and unique would be awesome.
Yeah, we weren't really sure, like, how much they were really going to be putting it, like, price-wise, you know, because I'm sure hockey pucks, that's not a cheap thing to do, you know.
No, I think that ownership group was pretty well off. But
So there's a million different things they can do when it comes to that kind of thing. I mean, I would say something's better than nothing, 100%. But, I mean, I would be cool with what he was saying, and also it'd be really nice to get something like that too. So, I mean, I wouldn't be upset either way.
I want to see these towels out at every game. We're not trying to be the Steelers, but I just think any level of involvement to wave something around or be loud and noisy is encouraged, I would say. So
what kind of fan do you think you're going to be? Like, I mean, first game for me, I kind of want to, like, paint my whole body and get in there and go crazy.
I'm not sure I'll be at that level, man, but I think that's
makes for good
awesome.
TV, though. Yeah.
Absolutely. Can we mimic some of the traditions that we see at Louisville and Kentucky football games? Like the D and the fence.
Yeah.
Can we get some of those little pieces to add that local flavor in? I don't know, but I'm excited to see what everyone else does. I'll probably be I might be literally wearing this.
Right, yeah.
I don't know. Again, with the gear drop, all of our wardrobes could change in the next, month or so?
Yeah.
So I don't know. I'll be very, very excited. I think I'm one of those people with that first game where I try to take everything in. I'm going to give solid cheers of deep on defense, just trying to be loud and trying to get other people rallied up to, like, be loud at the games.
Right.
Because what can happen is if you don't have those leaders that just sit there and they're loud the whole game, it will become a social event.
Yeah.
And you will not hear anything.
Yeah.
And we'll cheer when we score touchdowns, but that'll be about it.
Yeah.
You know.
So last thing we got here, it's the crowd maybe funds a giant flag for the games. Obviously, that comes from, like, you know, college football where they throw the flags all the way up and passing them back and kind of shaking it. How would that look? And, you know, is that like somebody just Venmos somebody else and you're just kind of hoping that they're going to buy it? Or
Look, this is why I go back to this Fan Counsel concept. There could be some ideas built into that I don't even know about.
Yeah.
I don't even know what could be done for our team. But I think I even meant, like, one that you get the Washington State flag that's at every college game day. I don't know if you guys have seen this or not.
Yeah, that's the guy with the big old pole or whatever.
Let's have one of those.
Yeah, something like that.
And actually the Columbus team, the Aviators, they were on game day the other day.
Oh, really?
Yes, they were. I did see that.
They had a flag.
And they were just waving it while the
and that
game
went
day was in.
mini for UFL level. That went mini viral.
Yeah.
So that it puts that question into people's mind. What is that about?
Yeah.
You know. So I think it's something that's dual purpose to where it can be used for that type of thing. Like, we had the ACC version of game day here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
No
huddle.
Yeah. Could we pull that off? The SEC kind of thing. If hopefully Kentucky football, you know, turns things around next year.
Yeah, no kidding.
But, yeah, anyways. That's kind of what I was thinking there.
Right. Well, do you have any closing remarks or anything? Or anything else you want to talk about?
No, I want to add one more piece, which is I think we have to keep partnering with these local, like, Louisville City and Racing fans. Mm-hmm. I think that there was some cautious optimism, I'll say. Mm-hmm. Some that was a little negative. Some was very negative, and some that was, again, cautiously positive and optimistic.
Yeah.
And I think that some of that could be stepping on toes. Like, that is maybe subconscious for them that it's being, but really this is just to grow the sports community in Louisville and Kentucky and the surrounding area, and bring a really exciting brand of football onto this field and hopefully be really good at the same time. So, again, just thankful for you guys and keep rolling through this stuff, and we'll hopefully get more exciting people on here that know a lot more than me. And
we appreciate you coming on, man. It's been awesome. You've kind of been there since the first day we made the page, and it's kind of kept us in some form of loop.
Yeah, definitely been looking out for us.
So we really appreciate it,
and
man.
Things like that. So we really appreciate it.
Thank you for coming down and enjoying. Hope you enjoyed your time here.
Yeah,
we enjoyed having you. So it's really nice.
thanks, guys.
I appreciate it. Hey Zach, can we get a all hail?
All hail.
Kings.